Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed, lab-proven to work fast, and proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today.
If you've been thinking about getting serious with your money, like actually serious, now's the time. The Motley Fool is offering new members 50% off their iconic stock recommendation service, Stock Advisor. This is the same service that's crushed the market with recommendations that have returned 1,057% since inception, compared to the S&P 500's 180% over that same period. This isn't guesswork. The Motley Fool has a track record of finding companies before they become household names. So if you want to invest smarter and you like saving money while doing it, go to Fool.com/listen to claim your 50% off discount off a 1-year term of Stock Advisor. Again, that's Fool.com/listen. Returns of 1,057% are from the Motley Fool's product Stock Advisor and measured against S&P 500 returns of 180% as of July 10th, 2025. Past performance is not an indicator of future results. All investing involves a risk of loss. Individual investment results may vary.
I don't like taking breaks, though. I don't like going on vacation.
Oh, no, tell me about it. So I finished a puppet commission recently, and, I got so jazzed off of it that as soon as I sent it out, it's like, oh, no. It's like I was having postpartum depression, but with fucking
What do you do
puppets.
now?
It's like, oh, I gotta make another baby.
Now you know how I feel with podcasting. It's like, we gotta get this baby out the door. And then, there's another one. Gotta do another one.
There was no question, but you're like Octomom with podcasts, dude.
Well, I will tell you that doing this many podcasts, especially 2 weekly podcasts, it's a lot.
Yeah,
unsurprisingly,
dude.
Folks.
Right. It's the haunting of the dogs, the soft pitter-patter, the clamoring of claws. It's dogs.
So you know what? On this episode of the Kulturecast, the show that you're listening to now, one of many goddamn podcasts that Maggie mentioned I work on, we're going to be talking about a zombie movie that's not one that you may have seen. I know Maggie's seen it, and I've seen it, but you, the dear listener, may not have seen. But you know what? I think Maggie and I are going to make a case for you watching it by the end of this episode. We're talking about One Cut of the Dead.
リアルっすね。
カット割りなしのワンカット。最初から最後まで一度もカメラを止めません。
そんな無茶な企画あるわけないでしょ。
Otherwise known as Camera o Tomero na, Don't Stop the Camera. Which I think is a better title for this movie.
Agreed, honestly. I don't mind One Cut of the Dead.
It
just
doesn't
because...
give away what it is.
Right.
Because that's the thing about this movie. So this movie is not what it claims to be, almost at all. So Mike programmed this month, this is a zombie movie, but it's not at all a zombie movie.
Oh, it's so much more and so much better. A good pick, Mike. Congrats. I love it.
Mike White picks good movies is unsurprising at unsurprising at this point.
That's great. I love it.
But yeah, so this movie is a Japanese language film. It is on Shudder though, with English subtitles. If you want to check that out, and you should, because Shudder's great. It's also on Amazon Prime, all that good stuff. It is directed by Shinichiro Ueda, and it is also based on a screenplay by Shinichiro Ueda, and it stars Takayuki Hamatsu and Mao, and a bunch of other people. I don't want to say their names incorrectly, so we'll just refer to them by their characters, or general characters, I guess, as they are, because it's there's not really characters in this movie in a way. Again, it's kind of hard to explain what's going on until we explain it. But there's three parts to this movie. There's the movie. There's a lot going on in this movie. There's going to be a lot to talk about, but before I talk about it, Maggie, was this the first time you saw it? If it wasn't, when was the first time you saw it? And what did you think then, and what do you think now?
Oh, I will try and retain those questions.
Four-part question, yeah!
I'm so bad at these fill in the blanks.
Mad libs!
Shit. Noun. So this was the first time that I actually watched the full-blown movie, but as I started looking up images and stuff for this, I didn't want to spoil it for myself, so I steered away from all the spoiler territory. Thankful for that, because holy shit, what a roller coaster. But I saw a trailer at Nightmares Film Festival in Columbus, Ohio, which, cheers to them, always a fantastic fest, but it was when The Cat was in an entry, which, time's up, that was 2018, and this was released 2017, so that was fantastic just to kind of have that little trailer and that nice little nostalgia pocket, so that I was going in being like, oh yeah, I really wanted to see this movie. This is going to be great. And I was in love with it. I remember doing notes and I'm assessing this, being like, oh, this is cool. This is awesome. And then it's like, oh, wow, credits. Awesome. That was great. I'm a fucking fan. And then it kept going and I'm like, this is the best.
So, like Maggie said, probably if you have never seen it, stop now, watch it.
Seriously, you will love it. You will fucking love it.
We're going to talk spoilers. So, like Maggie said, let's just get this out of the way. If you haven't watched the movie before, and before we talk spoilers, you would suggest people watch this, right?
Oh, yeah, it's 110% worth it. It is such a well-paced movie, and it's in that golden bracket. It's 96 minutes. It will not feel like it. It is a fun fucking movie. You just have to sit, watch it, enjoy the journey. It's so good. Just do it. Come back, and we'll talk about it. But
I think the second act may drag a little bit. I think the second act does drag, but outside of that, I think it's perfectly fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, the setup was pretty good, but I do like the pieces falling into place, and that's why I will give the second act what it is. It had to cover little bits and pieces, but it's a showcase of show don't tell for personalities and where people are coming from, and I think that really helps hammer it home. It's these people are people, and it's fantastic.
Well, and it also is one of those things where the structure through which they tell the narrative ends up really playing to the film's benefit, because you have the movie One Cut of the Dead, that opens the film, and you're not given any context as to what is the base reality here. So the film
is one cut.
Right, it is one cut. There is that. The one cut nature of this movie is it is one take. The zombie part of this film is one take. So the setup for this movie, unbeknownst to the audience at the beginning, is a director has been hired to make a live zombie movie for a zombie channel that's launching in Japan. And so they were like, we want it to be done live, and we want it to be done in one take. And he's like, you're fucking joking.
Fuck you.
And they're like, no, you can do it. Come on. So
no, seriously.
seriously. So the first act of this movie is just you in the shoes of the audience who would be watching it at home, watching the one cut of the dead movie. Special.
Oh gosh, they did such a good job. Back when I assumed that was the whole movie, I was picking it apart, and it was amazing because there were certain like nitpicks where it's like, oh yeah, this is exactly like an indie horror movie where it's like there's some really weird bits and it has zero context to it. Where it's like, why are they doing that? Why did she get back up? Wait,
why did she get back up?
What's going on here?
What's that?
Why is this taking so long? And there's some parts where your brain kind of fills in the gaps where like the camera falls at one point in time and it's just dead set on the ground and that's it. And it's like, oh, that's interesting because now they're playing it like the camera person's an actual actor. That's kind of cool. And then it completely comes together as you're privy to the behind the scenes madness that you get on set. And I do love this trope of the on-set madness. It's hilarious because I was getting Wizard of Speed and Time vibes. So when you watch that, it kind of has the same spirit. And it's part of the reason why I love it so much. Because, I mean, I've been there, not on any like professional level, but the amount of problem solving you have to dedicate to like on-set nonsense, fucking brilliant. And seeing that played out and written that well and realistically, that was really well done. That was uncanny.
Well, and that's the thing about this movie that the movie doesn't tell you until you're watching it. It's not a movie about zombies. It is a movie about what it takes to make a movie.
Yeah.
And a very specific kind of movie. A one-take movie. Horror movie or not, this is about the making of a film that takes place over one take.
Yep. Yeah, and it's just amazing the impressions that you get on these characters, assuming that this is the reality that you're working with. Like, I always enjoy the out of order. It's not always like successfully done. This is a great example of it, but growing up with book series that I would just kind of get from secondhand shops, I would always read books out of order. And I kind of like that because you have assumptions going in on these characters with the context that you're given. And so it's like immediately I'm like, this director is an asshole.
Right.
He is the biggest douchebag. And it's like, oh, he's actually the coolest.
He's actually just playing a character. Again, that's...
Oh, dude, brilliant.
The whole thing about this movie, the movie that they're making is, within the movie itself, they're technically playing themselves because the premise of the movie that they're making is, it's a movie about them making a movie.
Yes.
And then the movie that they're making gets interrupted by real zombies, so they're filming a movie about zombies when real zombies show up.
Yes.
But it turns out that there's a third layer, which is the complete out, the behind the scenes stuff.
Making the movie of making the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Making of, right, exactly. And that's where you get the first act is layer one. The second act doesn't really have a layer to it. It's kind of removed from everything. But then the third act of the movie is getting to see the subtext and the underlying, like you said, you get to see everything behind the camera. Because in the first act, you're seeing the window of the camera, which obviously you can really play with. And they show that in this movie because I think people really don't understand. There's all this stuff behind the camera that nobody ever sees.
Out of choreography. Oh. Well, and that's why it was just kind of this marvel when I'm like, this is just some indie movie. It's like, this is technically amazing. Like, this is rope level of what the fuck, that's amazing. Like, they did great work with the actual layout of the warehouse. Like, the scene where they're following that slow pan chase scene down the steps and then back up the steps. Like, they did a really bang up job. They approached it very logically. And the fact that it was a comedy of errors on top of this technical genius, it was just great execution. And it was full of a bunch of personal characters' triumphs, which I always love. And of course, the family movie making thing was adorable. I kind of teared up. No lie. I cried.
Well, and like you said, you also have the under the surface, the behind the scenes stuff that you ultimately see in the third act. You get to see all the reasons behind the weird things that make no sense. And they end up making sense. And it's weird because Richard, our friend Richard, writer of the Mothman Prophecies, always talks about setup and payoff. Yes. This movie has payoff, and then the payoff is the setup.
Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wonderside comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed, lab-proven to work fast, and proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wonderside's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wonderside.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wonderside.com. Wonderside. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wonderside today.
If you've been thinking about getting serious with your money, like actually serious, now's the time. The Motley Fool is offering new members 50% off their iconic stock recommendation service, Stock Advisor. This is the same service that's crushed the market with recommendations that have returned 1,057% since inception, compared to the S&P 500's 180% over that same period. This isn't guesswork. The Motley Fool has a track record of finding companies before they become household names. So if you want to invest smarter and you like saving money while doing it, go to Fool.com/listen to claim your 50% off discount off a 1-year term of Stock Advisor. Again, that's Fool.com/listen. Returns of 1,057% are from the Motley Fool's product Stock Advisor and measured against S&P 500 returns of 180% as of July 10th, 2025. Past performance is not an indicator of future results. All investing involves a risk of loss. Individual investment results may vary.
Yes.
Right? Like, you're seeing the payoff in the first act, and the setup is technically in the second act almost, and then the third act is a secondary payoff.
Yeah, it's throwing it all together in the best kind of ways, because it gives you similar anxiety to what you think they're going to have, because it's one problem after another, and they cannot stop rolling. Like, there's so many scenes. There's so many scenes where it's like, I love how they handled that. That was brilliant. When previously it's like, what was up with that though?
Right.
like there's two specific ones that come to mind. And
is one of them why she doesn't kill him at the end of the movie quickly and she keeps stopping?
No, I thought that was a great homage to the beginning scene. I thought that was played up for comedy, and I thought that was really clever.
I was like, why does she keep stopping over and over again? And then they explain it.
Yeah, no, the beginning scene that they were acting out in the movie, I thought that was just a callback. So I was completely like hook, line, and sinker. They got me good on that one. No, one of them was the explanation of the self-defense and how they kept doing like the weird pauses. And then they keep going, and then they would stop and pause. And then they would keep going. That was weird. And I'm like, okay, a little shaky, but I get it. Everybody's nervous. No problem. That was just them trying to elongate the scene because one of the zombies was too drunk to zombie.
Right.
And the other one was zombie legs, which I had in all caps in my notes, where it's like a zombie approaches her, stands, and she's like holding her breath in. after like a weird period of time, and then the legs just disappear. And in actuality of them shooting, it's literally this poor girl that had to have the note card to tell her, hey, you need to do this. We're trying to figure this out. So, but they just painted her legs and she just walked on and left. And I'm like, that was brilliant. I like that.
Well, and that's the thing about this movie that I really like, is that it sets up stuff that doesn't seem like it has a reason to be that way, and then the payoff is so good and so
100%
well
worth
thought out.
Yeah.
And again, it's like you said, this is the story of what happens when everything that can go wrong does go wrong.
Yeah, it's a Murphy's Law film, but it's amazing to see the payoff first, because it's like, no, it works out, but it's like, but how does it work out?
Right.
And I always appreciate that turn. That's always one of my favorites. Love it.
Yeah, so the initial movie, you have these two characters, and then they are in a movie, and then the director is kind of getting in their faces like, hey, you're not doing enough. He goes outside, zombies show up. This is a abandoned water plant that supposedly was where they were doing experiments during World War II. So these zombies show up, and you're like, oh shit, these actual actors are fighting actual zombies. And then the director is like using the real zombies to get good performances.
Sicking zombies on them.
Right.
It's psychotic in the best kind of way.
Right. And so what ends up happening is the male lead gets turned into a zombie. Female lead has to kill him. Female lead kills him. Female lead kills the other female lead, and then she also kills the director, and then it ends. And you're, like you said, you're like, oh shit, the movie's over, okay. Except for the fact that that's 36 minutes into the movie, and there's another hour left.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you sit at this moment, and you're like, okay, like, is this over? What's going on? It cuts back to a month ago, and it gives you the entire, like, onus for why these people are doing what they're doing. And I personally found the second part of the movie, it dragged a little bit, but again, it's a necessary drag. Because it's trying to introduce 5 pages worth of exposition in like 20 minutes. Because the movie's an hour and a half long, but we know an hour of it is them showing the same footage essentially twice, just from a different angle.
Side.
Yeah, exactly. A second camera crew is filming the first camera crew.
Which, oh my gosh.
Actually, technically, isn't it a third camera crew? There's the one on screen. Bit, yeah. There's the one off screen, and then there's the
fake ones, the on screens, and then the people shooting the movie of the movie.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Which, once again, I love that. That's great mental gymnastics. That's like a looping conundrum.
And it makes it hard to talk about this movie because, again, the base reality is this is a show for a channel, and they are all, they're all in on it. And you don't know that when you first watch the movie. You kind of assume so because there's, like you said, there's some things that don't make sense. Like one of the characters who's dead stands up.
Right, unless it was an indie film, which they do very competently. They look like... It's just like the great actors acting badly well. It's like one of those levels of movie making where it's like they're so good, they can fake indie.
Right. And so the second part of the movie, you have the director and his wife, and you find out that the director's kind of not a great father in a lot of ways, and he's trying to recapture the magic with his daughter, who also is on set. And you find, like you said, you find out some information about some of the zombies. Like one of them is a drunk who gets drunk, and then that answers why the zombie is being so fucking strange.
Oh, gosh.
Turns out that the director is having to arm puppet the zombie.
He's puppeteering this drunk man.
From underneath
like Weekend
him.
at Bernie's style.
Yeah, like grabbing his arms from underneath him and moving his arms. And when we were watching the movie, I remember saying out loud, I was like, that zombie's moving his arms a whole hell of a lot. And then the moment you see it, when you get to the third act of the movie, and you see the director holding the actors' arms up and wiggling them and shit, it's just like, okay, I get it now. Like, the weird choices weren't intentional. They were just what they were. They had no choice.
Or the sound guy. I thought that his character was the most bizarre at the beginning because he's not doing fuck all.
No.
And you're like, that's weird. He's just kind of in the background, but you roll with it. Whatever. He dies like pretty immediately off, and it's like, Oh, he was being a princess and got diarrhea.
Yeah, and he was shitting outside.
So many manly tears, though, I have to say.
Yeah.
Many a man tear was shed, including him, as makeup's being put on his face as he's shitting in the woods.
It's coming
So
out!
good.
It's coming out! What is...
We don't have time, just get in there.
It's just one line. Poop.
Poop.
And the second act, again, it's necessary because it does give you... I think you could have gotten away without the second act of this movie. I just don't think it would have been as good.
I was about to say, I like the Easter eggs that are put on that. Like, I like the whole director's journey of he was just kind of this piddly director. He can never say no to people. And, like, the first chance he gets where it's, like, the actress that is playing a bad actress, she's like, oh, don't worry. Just go ahead and let it loose. You're good. Like, talking him up. And meanwhile, like, initially you see the scene and he is, like, in her face, making her cry and shit. And it's like, oh, that's sweet. He broke out of his shell. And then toward the end, when he was, like, dead set, like, no, we need to figure out how to get that final scene. And then the guy being like, this is a show, not art. And him being like, no, we're doing the scene. And it's like, yeah, my boy.
But it's his, to be fair, though, it is his daughter who's like, wait, we can make a pyramid of people to replace that. Oh,
absolutely. But the sheer tenacity where he's like, I don't have a solution, but that has to fucking happen. And it's like, hell yeah, bro.
I mean, again, it really is, it's a love letter to people who make movies.
Right, which I love all of those movies that are like that. Like I mentioned, Wizard of Speed and Time is very much near and dear to my heart because of that trope. Bowfinger has been a family favorite for ages. And it's just problem solving. And that's what I love about like art and all of this creative nonsense. It's just like, how are we going to pull this off? And it's like,
fake it till you make it.
Bingo. That's how I finish all my projects.
I'm right there with you. It's again, this movie is a good kind of lesson in, if you want to make movies, be prepared for anything and everything, and like you said, just do it.
Just fucking do it. It's great. Anything you're considering, just do it. Whatever. Let it fail. It's going to be interesting either way.
Yeah, because shit's going to fail. Like this podcast failed upward. I would say, like, you can fail upward, right? Like that's a thing. It's
Bob Ross's happy mistakes.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, look, you can't be immediately successful the way you want to be. So fail upward. Just get better over time. Because at some point it'll stop being a failure and it'll be something you're proud of.
Well, and you're also in your own perspective. Other people, just like everybody has a different view for whoever they're perceiving. It's like people intake media differently. It's not going to be the same because they're not privy to this background mess. It's just like if this movie were flipped where we got the background and then watched the ending, it would almost seem because it's like you got the rewarding part right off the rip. You're like, oh yeah, that's why that is. It's like rewatching your own shit where it's like, even looking at the cat, like ages after that was made, it's like, I know exactly what mindset I was in every single scene. I know how much I hate that fucking cat armature.
Well, that's the funny thing. I was watching Goodfellas earlier and thinking about it now, I'm thinking like, you and I both know that Martin Scorsese, maybe he watches the movies he makes. I don't know. Some people do. Some people don't.
Right.
You and I both know if he watched that movie, I find that to be a perfect movie, personally.
It's a really good one. It's up there.
You and I both know
not my personal favorite, but I understand why it has the accolades that it does. I do get that.
But you and I both know he would watch that movie and he would be like, this is bad. That's not good. And it's like,
exactly.
Yeah, again,
we do the same fucking thing.
It's a matter of perspective. I've been reading, I actually finished it, The Long Goodbye. The book, or is it The Long Goodbye or The Big Goodbye? I can never remember. It's the book about Chinatown, the making of Chinatown, the movie.
Yeah.
And you can hear the people who made that movie talk about the things that they didn't like in a movie that many people consider to be amazing. And
right, a cinematic classic.
It's a again, that I think that's something that really has gotten lost in criticism on a whole, especially with film, because I think film has its own unique criticism problems versus like audio and stuff.
Hello, this is Aaron West. I am the author of the A24 New Wave. In this book, I look at A24's output and I make the argument that we are in a new wave movement right now. A24 plays a major role. This book has a supplemental podcast where each episode is a brief conversation about an A24 related topic, whether an actor, director, or even a genre. As I continue research for the book and conduct interviews, I expect to record podcast episodes with people involved with the company. You can find the podcast at cinejourneys.com or wherever you find podcasts, and we are proud to be members of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Have you ever wanted to dive deeper into the horror movies you love? Beyond the Blood is a horror podcast for fans who want more than just surface-level screams. We do deep dives into the movies that shaped us, digging into director commentaries, behind-the-scenes stories, deleted scenes, and the special features that most people skip. Each episode is a love letter to the genre. We break down how these films were made, the creative risks that paid off or didn't, and the lasting impact they've had on the genre as a whole. From 70s slashers to modern nightmares, we celebrate the craft, chaos, and characters that keep us coming back. If you're the kind of fan who rewatches movies with the commentary on, or you simply grew up in the video store horror aisle, the Beyond the Blood podcast was made for you. New episodes every single week. Subscribe, and let's dig deep. Welcome to the Beyond the Blood podcast.
Film is not made for you. It's made for the director. It's made for the writers. They make it, and you consume it. Your opinion is always going to be driven by many of your own personal things. There are objective things that are good about movies. Objectivity is good because you can pick things apart objectively. That was a good camera shot. This was well lit. I mean, those are things that are objective. But subjectivity when it comes to criticism is important, and it's important to understand how your subjectivity shapes your criticism.
That's a very good way of putting that.
People don't care anymore. I mean, I see people going on the internet being like, fucking, this movie sucks. It's like, does the movie...
But why?
Right.
Why does it... It's classic art school, learning how to communicate about a piece and why it's not jiving with you. It makes a huge difference having kind of a platform of like do's and don'ts so that when you go against the grain, it has to be intentional. And that was always taught to us, where it's like, these are general rules that are objectively what makes a piece well-balanced and easy to look at and can communicate. But what you say needs to be from you. So if you need this to be off-center or red as hell, do it. Whatever. Just have a reason for it.
Well, and like you said, there is this thing that I have always had a hard time internalizing. And I don't know, maybe there are things that you know much more about than I do, as you would say. I'm sure I know a lot about things that maybe you don't. But here's the thing. If you were talking about something that you knew about and I didn't know about it, my first reaction is not going to be looking at you and being like, why is your opinion the way it is? I want to know where your opinion's coming from and why you feel like that opinion is worth giving.
Right. Well, and it's dealing with just subjectivity of story matter, because if you're not coming at it from a technical standpoint, it has to be like kind of almost like gut instinct, where you have to say, this is my opinion on it. It's just like me and Jurassic Park.
Most people who talk about movies aren't in the industry. 99% of the people who watch movies and consume movies are not in the film industry. They're just normal people who live normal lives.
Which totes chill. I don't mind hearing them opinions, but I like to know why. I love knowing why.
Well, that's the thing. And look, I do not poo-poo the kind of content that people want to watch that is purely for entertainment. There is no subtext. There is no message, nothing. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the Transformers movies have some grand message they're trying to instill within the audience. They're entertainment for entertainment's sake, which is fine. But again, that's not for me personally. That's the reason. I'm not going to sit here and say Transformers are shit movies. They're not the kind of movies that I want to watch.
Bingo.
I have a limited amount of time in my day, as do you. Why would I waste it watching things that I don't personally want to watch? Or that don't interest me, or that don't motivate me to watch them.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, any more than you are, that I'm not going to give something I don't know about or like a chance. I'm just
No,
saying
you've done that plenty.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
Bakshi month was a thing.
Yeah, Bakshi month is not even nearly as bad as some of the worst months that I've had on this show.
Oh, fair enough.
But the real issue here is that lack of subjectivity it's getting on my nerves at this point, because most of the quality podcasts that talk about movies critically in a way that I would say these people feel like they know what they're talking about. Projection Booth, for instance. I know that's a biased opinion, no shit. But I'm not going to sit here and have someone tell me that Mike doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Because I know he does.
He is quite learned.
Yeah. And you know what? As someone who considers him a very close friend and someone who listens to him and tries to learn from him as a podcaster, being able to tell me why you don't like something is much more important than you telling me what you think about it.
Oh, that's key. Honestly, those are some of my favorite conversations, is when somebody is just like on a warpath about something that I like. And it's just like recently I was at a bar and some dude I overheard was talking about the Rankin and Bass Hobbit movie. And I'm like, hello.
Of the Nine Fingers
and the Ring of Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were talking Rankin and Bass, and it was great because he did not have similar opinions, because I also enjoy the rotoscope backsheet, and he's like, oh, no, fuck that. That looks like horse shit. I'm like, really? And he's like, no, the backgrounds are really good. I'll give it that, but it's because they were hand-drawn, and I like hand-drawn. And it's like, all right, that's what I like to hear.
Better.
I like that. Because then I could be like, well, Bakshi didn't want rotoscope either.
Well, that's the thing. I, for the longest time, and I'm going to stand on a soapbox here, and I want you to tell me what you think about this. And maybe you've experienced this with stuff that you care about, or a love in a way that is, you love something more than most people love it, which makes you have a different opinion, a little bit more critical or subjective opinion.
I have a few already,
Sure.
But go for it, Queen. Do it.
So I always, growing up with the friend groups that I had, not so much in high school, but definitely in college, somewhat in high school, my opinions on movies were always like the odd man out. Like, I have a very close friend who's been on this show. He told me that Videodrome was a piece of shit because the ending of the film was ambiguous. That was in high school. And I remember telling him, I was like, the fact that the movie doesn't have an ending that you don't like, the fact that the movie has an ending that you don't like, does not invalidate the entire experience of the film.
Right.
And just because you're unwilling to, I guess, think a little bit more openly, maybe ask some questions, maybe I fucking hate. You know what? Let's go down this path for a moment here.
Do it.
What is the most ambiguous ending of a piece of content that you can think of? The most well-known ambiguous ending of all time. What is it? There's only one thing. There's one thing that everybody knows the ambiguous ending, whether or not they've even seen it.
Yeah. Space Odyssey?
I was talking more The Sopranos.
Oh.
It's like the ambiguous ending of all time, isn't it? It's the one that
I like that.
Have you seen the show?
Yes.
All the way through, right?
Yeah.
Does the ambiguous ending of the show come into your mind at all as to why you like that show or would want to talk about it subjectively?
No, not really. It was the ending. I can't really per se.
But yet people get hung up on that more than anything else.
I know.
And it's like, guys.
And I don't mind clever ambiguity.
Which is what
I felt that was just kind of a decent ending to an ongoing saga. That was such a long-lasting show that if they tried to do some grandiose ending that they weren't prepared to do, especially with the age bracket that all of those actors were at the time, it's like, no, I think that was a good way of wrapping it up. I wasn't distracted by it.
Well,
it was kind of like,
And David Chase says, fuck the audience. The audience wants one thing and they're not going to get it. And
yeah,
look,
no, this is my story. Sorry.
and to be fair, again, how can I say he's wrong when everybody got fixated on the ending anyways?
Oh,
he was right. He was right?
Yeah, whatever.
They're going to get fixated on the ending anyways, so fuck them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where you romanticize a certain aspect of something or someone, and once you are face to face with the actual thing, it's like, well, that wasn't what I was thinking. And it's like, well, that sounds like a you problem.
Yeah.
It just exists as it is. And just because it's not registering to you doesn't mean, one, that later on you'll feel differently about it, because there's plenty of pieces of media that I come back to where I'm like, you know what? Fuck, this is actually pretty genius. I like it. I dig it. Or
and swallowing your fucking pride is so hard. But it's so hard, though. I remember I walked back my opinion on I walked back my opinion on that new Suspiria movie after I watched it the second time. And if you went and listened to that episode, which you can if you want to,
hint,
I fucking hated it. Jess and Eric both loved it. Yeah. And I was just like, I don't get it. It's just kind of trite and long-winded and very up its own ass. Rewatched it and I was like, man, I'm down with this movie. Right. The World's End, another movie I criminally hated when it came out. That's my favorite of the three now.
That was my babysitter movie. I would fall asleep to that movie for like 2 years straight.
Really?
I have like that DVD music that plays when it's done watching the movie and it goes back. It's like forever engraved in my head.
Wow.
I love that movie. I mean, I love all of their projects, but no, that one hits me right in the soft spot. I got to see it in theaters and I bought it immediately upon release. I love it.
And I didn't like it when I saw it. I didn't.
Right.
You know what? Here's probably a better way of putting it. I didn't get it when I saw it because I wasn't old enough to get it. It is a movie where the older you get, the more sense the movie makes and the more truth the movie speaks to you.
Wow, I guess I resonated with those characters really early on.
You really must have. Well, and the other thing is, to be fair, that movie was set up for failure from moment one because Hot Fuzz is just so good. And Shaun of the Dead is just so good.
I love it. And I do love Black Books and Spaced. Those were two great projects that I'm glad they have Easter eggs for. But yeah, I didn't know how they were going to follow up Hot Fuzz, but upon seeing that trailer, it's like, oh yeah, I want in on that. But it had a significant degree more of those serious moments.
It's a very serious movie.
In such a well-framed way that, and once again, talk about genius fight choreography. Freaking that movie aces across the board. The freaking beehive fight scene specifically was my jelly and jam.
And again, it comes back to this idea of it wasn't for me at the time, but it is now. And that ultimately is something that I think is really important that a lot of people don't really subscribe to. You clearly do, I clearly do, which is things that you don't like are worth revisiting down the road because what are you really going to gain from something you love? At this point, like, I've seen Goodfellas a million times. Watching it today, I was like, oh, there's Tony Sirico and Vincent Pastore from The Sopranos, which I just finished. But before, I was like, oh, I know who those guys are, but now I have, like, an affinity towards them from the show. Right. But at the same time, like, with The World's End, I watched it when it came out in theaters. I didn't watch it when did it come out? Like, 2000
I actually got a fucking a memory thing on FaceSpace over it. It was 8 years ago, Chris.
That's what I thought.
8 years ago.
And I rewatched it for the first time 2 years ago. Fell in love with it for the first time and told everybody I know that likes those movies to like, you need to actually rewatch it because almost everybody I know hates that movie.
It's so weird.
It was set up for failure because Hot Fuzz is a fucking perfect film.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a different side of the coin where Hot Fuzz was the one that people skipped out on because the release of that was kind of covered by a bunch of stuff, where World's End was kind of standout. They really promoted that in my area anyway.
To be fair, my experience, I mean, Hot Fuzz is an amazing movie. You agree, right?
Period. Duh.
Hot Fuzz, I got to see it at the premiere in Dallas, and Nick Frost and Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright were there. On my Facebook, I have pictures with them, so I'm a little biased, but at the same time, Hot Fuzz is an amazing movie, and no one's going to fight me on that.
Oh, yeah, it's the middle child. It's very charming.
Yeah, and look, it does something with the action genre, which is pay homage to it, but also do something with it.
Exactly.
Which is what this movie does. It is not a zombie movie, but it is a zombie movie. But
it highlights all these great tropes in both genres because they had essentially 3 genres to fuck around with, and they really played it up. They did such a good job with that.
And the sad thing about this movie is it is a Japanese language film, which means there is that immediate hurdle for mainstreamers or even non-mainstream, but like maybe a little off the beaten path, trying to get people to watch movies with subtitles is the most fucking obnoxious like argument to get in with someone. I turn closed captioning on everything now. I don't even give a shit. But I do it now just to desensitize anyone if I'm going to watch a foreign language movie with them. Read it anyways, because like it's going to be there either way. Yeah, of course.
And I don't know. I mean, I grew up a weeb, so I was all about them foreign films.
You had to have subtitles. I mean,
and trust me, nothing gets your brain working faster than marathoning a shit ton of anime and then watching like an actual paced movie.
Right.
And it's like, oh, I can leisurely take in the scenery now.
And look, honestly, if you don't watch movies with subtitles on, you should. Because it engages your brain, makes you be an active listener and viewer in the film. And like you said, Maggie, the most important thing is you're going to pick up on things you may not have picked up on before. Straight up. You will see subtitles on screen for things that you may not have even heard before.
Yeah.
Like chatter off in the distance or something. Sometimes they add those in as subtitles. It just depends on who's doing it.
Right. Oh, and I love that because anytime I watch Star Trek of any variety, there's one subtitle that gets like my heart super happy, and it's anytime a door opens, it's door whooshes. Door whooshes.
That's fantastic.
Oh, I love that. It's a nice little inside joke for me to me, and it's worth it. It's just changing up perspective. I think it's one of those things where we get burnt out on media super early, and it's like, I don't know. Anytime I rewatch something, I like to pinpoint what I like and dislike, what I would change, how I would approach it differently. I'm a connoisseur of crap movies. So it's like, yeah, I want to fix Pete's Dragon. Pete's Dragon sucks, but it has so much potential.
And honestly, I don't know, why is that not the business proposition anymore? Take something that's not good and remake it. Why are we remaking? Like I'm not gonna say
50-50.
Ghostbusters. I don't want to say Ghostbusters because that's easy, low hanging fruit. Like, why are we remaking Point Break? Why did Point Break get remade?
Yeah, that's fair. It's I was having a similar conversation with myself earlier today, where it's like I understand why people want to repeat the same story over different media, where it's like animation to live to animation. But because of the oversaturation of the video aspect of it, you miss out on like really weird media that would kind of stick in your brain and be super cool to have as a part of the onslaught. It's just like, so Evil Dead is a prime example where it's goofy nonsense, so it's totally primed for different media. I really enjoyed the comics.
Yeah,
that was unexpected, but it's stuck in my mind. I have panels that are like saved in a file somewhere because it's like, this is awesome. It's like I saw the new Candyman and they did the puppet interludes, which of course I'm going to love, but it made me wish that somebody took it a step further and actually did the whole thing puppeteered. I think that would be like something so off the beaten path that would really stick in somebody's mind. And it's hard to like justly criticize that with no basis, because you're essentially saying you hate it because it's different. And it's like, oh, it's really different, but let's keep this conversation going. What is up?
Well, why don't you do it then?
I totally. Oh yeah, let me get back on a manic cycle and go.
Hey, you know what?
I would. I would.
That is the way things get done, as you go into the manic cycle. So.
Oh yeah, you just push yourself and just keep on pushing.
Push until you break, and then keep going. Just shatter yourself. Don't break yourself. Shatter yourself.
Just a slight crinkle of the glass, you know.
I'm with you. I mean, when you take something and you transform it into another medium, there is the possibility of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
But
no, I know.
Evil Dead is not. That's not the case.
God damn it.
But Evil Dead's not the case. That's sure not the case. Those comic books are amazing.
Oh gosh, a fucking riot! I love that.
I like this movie. I actually really did. And that's surprising.
Down. I also appreciate that you started this podcast, unlike any other podcast I've been on, being like, not saying, well, I mean, I know how I feel about this film, but what do you think, Maggie? It was just an automatic assume being like, nah, we're on the same page about this one. This one was a banger.
There's no way we wouldn't be. I mean, it's just too good.
I was in love with it when it was an indie movie before I'm like, that was a great film. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Then it just became like an I love you letter. And I was tearing up thinking about the old times when I was filming with my dad and my mom. And it's like,
Well, that's what this movie is trying to evoke. It's trying to evoke within you, the viewer, the want and the need and the feeling that you get when you create something. And you see it. Again, there is this thing about, and you know this, and maybe listener you do, but there is something about, and I've said this with podcasting, there's where we are now, we are in it. We're making it right now. This is the fun part. The work comes later.
Yeah, the process. I'm always talking up about how fucking cool the process is. You learn a bunch of shit during that. And often I don't really register the product. It's one of those things where like I either see all the flaws or I'm like, that was cool. And then I feel empty and I have to crawl into a hole for a couple months wondering what my purpose is.
It's no longer part of me. It's its own, it lives on its own.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I've been working on a project now since January. It's currently just sitting. I can't say any more about that, not because... And it is that weird feeling where I'm like, I don't want to go back and listen to it too much because I don't want to start being like nitpicking into the ground. But I don't want to listen to it also because if I listen to it, I'll be like, what? Like, I wish I was working on it again.
Yeah.
Because I know how that made me feel. And you see that in this movie. You see at the end of the film, they kind of take a moment and you see the joy on these characters' faces. And you're like,
they're all like, we pulled it off.
They're
we
laughing
did it.
and happy. And like, it's just, that moment at the end of the film is just unbridled joy that you get to see on these faces. These people, they're like, we did it. We pulled this off. Against all odds. Against drunk actors, every guy shitting his pants, everything. And you pulled
a rig completely collapsing.
The guy's wife going ape shit.
Oh, boss. Also, I fucking love. Dude, Na is the best character, hands down. I fucking love her.
Just goes off script.
Pump.
Just starts attacking people.
So good.
But it's you see it in their faces, and if you have ever made something, if you've ever made anything for anyone else or for yourself, you know that feeling, and it's a fucking high, right? Like,
it's so rewarding to be done.
This is my high. Like, I smoke a shitload of weed, but this sitting
it don't get you that high.
No, it doesn't. sitting here talking with you or with Jess, it's just it's a drug.
Fucking A. That's why we keep working. We can't stop.
Well, that's the thing. Like, that really is it. Like, if you are a listener of the show and you've listened to the show for any amount of time, you know that there haven't been very many breaks in this show in 7 years. At one point, I was posting 4 movies a week, 2 episodes, 2 movies an episode. That's like a fucking nightmare. I don't even want to think about doing that shit now.
Oh, yeah. You do some wild-ass shit. Well, I mean, The Cat was shot in a year, and I think all but 7, maybe even less than that, scenes were, me doing the animation. And that was batshit insane. Like, I quit my job so that I would have more time working on the project. So I didn't have any income other than babysitting my grandma every now and then, like taking her out to groceries and such. So it was a fucking wild ride. It was desperate. There was a lot of stuff that you just had to kind of make do with the scenario, do the best you can and get it out of there. There was one point in time we went through like a nice rough cut and it's like, oh God, this is it. I'm done filming stuff. And then somebody says, well, I mean, if there's a werewolf, shouldn't there be a full moon? And it's like, yeah, we could do a full moon scene. I'll figure that out. No problem. I'll get that done today.
And see, Maggie, that is why you and I are such good friends. Same with Jess.
Yeah, the best.
When someone asks me to do something or asks if something can be done, the immediate response I have is not, we can't do that. It's, well, what about this? Or what about this? Or what about this?
Right.
Let's decide and make it happen.
Exactly.
And at the end of this movie, their crane breaks, and what do? They say, well, we're not
How
doing
many
it.
of you are there?
Right. Not doing it is not an option.
Bingo.
I'm trying to remember who the fuck I was talking to, but I was talking with someone and they were saying like, not showing up is not not doing this is not an option. This is going to happen. You need to figure out how to make it happen because it's happening. You just got to figure it out.
Doesn't matter how scary it is, just fucking get on that roller coaster, enjoy the damn ride, cope as best you can, get off the ride, do it again.
Because the ride's not permanent.
No.
And you're going to want to be back on it when you're done.
But you have to get on it. If you want to ride that damn ride, you get on the fucking ride.
Yeah. Like yourself, I have committed myself to doing something that is near impossible to be as successful as I want to be successful in.
Right.
For a living, just like you have.
Yep.
This is impossible to make it as a living. Can I level with everybody? Just like being a puppeteer is impossible to make a living. Because
I've only had one puppet commission.
The lane is narrow. The lane is very narrow, and there are a lot of cars, and they're all trying to get in the same lane. And just like with this movie, I'm not going to lie to you, the people in this movie are making a shit movie, right? Like, it's crappy. But so what? They're making a fucking movie, and you know what?
And they're doing it 100% to their ability at that fucking time, and that is exactly how you do.
5 people in the audience or 5,000, you got to give them a good show either way. And if you don't, you shouldn't be doing it to begin with, period.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing it for yourself. It's a personal challenge. If you don't enjoy the process of it, you need to be able to find some way of enjoying that. Because, I mean, the product never comes out 100% the way you want it. Never in my fucking life of crafting stuff does it come out the way it's in my brain.
Even Citizen Kane wasn't perfect.
No, exactly. But hey, if you want to do that, if you want to be that, just do it. That's how you be it.
Yeah, and you have to come to the point with your creativity where you go, enough is enough.
Bingo.
You have to walk away and say, this is as good as it's going to get. Even if it could get better, is it worth my time making it better? Right. George Lucas, my friend, it is not. You need to stop.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Put the scissors down. Put the scissors down.
What the fuck was it? Get the McClunky out of here. Whatever they made Greedo say in the newest 30th version of the movie.
Oh God, no! I have my VHS set. I keep it like that. I don't think I've watched any of the re-finagled one after I saw the first one, where they had the CGI lady dancing instead of the puppet. I'm like, that was a perfectly good.
Are you talking about in Return of the Jedi?
Was it
with Zoots, the singing character?
Yes.
Yeah.
That exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't even fucking remember the names. I'm
Sly Snoodle. I think that's the character's name.
Sly Snoodle?
I think so. I think
sounds like a cookie.
You have to look it up. Trust me on this. It's not Salacious Crumb, but I mean, who is?
That's fair. Love it.
Yeah. I would suggest if you are a fan of filmmaking, check this movie out. If you're a fan of zombie movies, you're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, but at the same time, I would even make the argument that it is a great comedy for zombie movies.
I agree.
They do play up the tropes, because I'm not a huge zombie movie fan. There's a few that I diehard love, but when you see them all, it's like, okay, this again. But they do play into those tropes.
So what is your favorite zombie movie, Maggie?
Ooh, okay, well, if we're going technical zombies, 28 Days Later. If we're going undead, there's a few. I do love Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. It's a terrible movie, but god damn, I love the characters. They make me so happy.
Have you seen Deranged? Have you seen Deranged? Confessions of a Necrophile? Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, because you said Children Don't Play with Dead Things. I knew. Okay. I knew you would have seen it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Another
and Shaun of the Dead's up there.
Criminally underwatched film, Deranged. You should check it out if you've never seen it.
Yeah.
Alan Ormsby, folks. Children shouldn't play with dead things.
Alan Ormsby has inspired so many characters. Like for RPGs, when I'm doing World of Darkness stuff, I always have an Ormsby. That's been my ongoing thing.
And Bob Clark made some great stuff.
God, so good. And low budget horror is some of the coolest shit because you have to improvise hard.
Right. Oh yeah.
Real hard.
What about Return of the Living Dead? You a fan of that one?
Oh God. Yes, I do love Return of the Living Dead. That one actually does put me on edge. And Dead Alive is another one that I really enjoy. But that one's a comedy. I get it, but
it's still a zombie movie.
Yeah,
Mike gave it as his answer, so it is Is it zombies? But
it's like undead. It's deadite level, you know.
Well, we were talking about it on the episode that we did about the Revenant, where it's like, are they supernatural zombies, which is what that movie was, which I don't really consider that zombies.
Right, that's why I had the technical zombie
demons
category.
Or shit, like that's like its own, like demons and stuff. But demons can kind of like deadites are zombie adjacent,
Right. It's
Return of the Living Dead is just like straight up zombies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And parties.
Yeah.
And party zombies. And I will say, it's tried and true, and everybody says it, but Night of the Living Dead is still one of my fucking favorite zombie movies, hands down. Oh, so good. And it even has like the slight degree of cheese when the fucking easily has to be a Midwesterner guy talking about how you gotta shoot them zombies. It's so good.
I love that movie. I mean, but everybody loves that movie, right? Like,
I was about to say, it's an easy one to watch. It just is.
Yeah, and it's an important movie.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
The whole cast on that one did a bang-up job.
And it has social subtext.
Which, who doesn't love that?
A lot of people. Not me and not you, clearly, but a lot of people don't like that.
So long as it's not beating me over the head with it, I'm fine.
Don't make me watch a movie and think. Don't make me watch a movie and be critical. I just want to watch a movie and just
escape.
Which is fine. Which is perfectly fine. But
yes.
You can't only want that. That can't only be it. I mean,
you can only watch Jack and Jill so many times before something rattles loose in your brain. I know.
What's my name? Dunkachino. It's a whole new game.
Dude, he made that goddamn movie.
That's the best part of that movie.
Him playing Macbeth was the best part of the movie. Answering the phone on the stage. I lost my mind. I was in a dark place, but God, that was so good.
I will go on record, and this is a bad record to be on. That shit with Al Pacino and Jack and Jill is inspired stupidity.
I am on that record with you because it's like, no, this is amazing, actually.
Al Pacino just being dumb is good. Like, I'll take it.
So good.
Yeah, what's my name?
Amazing.
Dunkachino. Opens his jacket and he's got like donuts embroidered. It's an actual
Dunkachino.
Yeah, it's a Dunkin' Donuts commercial in a movie with Al Pacino for fake products named after Al Pacino. Holy shit.
He immediately says, burn this.
Yeah.
Let no one see this.
No one sees this. Right. And you know what? Other than that movie is a complete piece of shit. Like, actually a piece of shit. Like,
it made me laugh a couple of good times. It was hard to get through, but man, that was good brain rot.
I don't want to be that guy being like, movies are shit, but man, no, that movie is just corporate trash.
It's the quintessential shit movie, but at the same time, I love that shit.
It's Adam Sandler.
At least it had something going for it. And you know what? Adam Sandler playing two people, fuck it. I'm on board.
How many comedians have done that? Like all of them at this point? Like,
and honestly, this was way better than Norbit. So they can fuck off with trash and Jill. All right.
Whoa.
Controversial opinion.
Norbit. Okay, hold on. Norbit, guys. She threw the fucking towel down. The gauntlet's been thrown. If you don't like Norbit, you know where to find Maggie.
Oh yeah, come at me, bro.
Norbit. My God. I really hope that more folks get a chance to see this movie. It's on Shudder, so it's easy to get a hold of. If you have Shudder, if you've never seen it, you should. Just don't go into it expecting a normal zombie movie, because you will be disappointed. But you know what? If you go into it with no expectations, you might just be surprised.
Yeah. And for those who have already seen it, wasn't that a good watch? It was worth your time.
Mm-hmm. And
don't you want to make a movie now?
Right?
You should make a movie.
And
get it together. Make a movie now.
A little sequel that came out last year.
Ooh, what?
One Cut of the Dead Mission Remote, where they do it all remote. So I haven't seen it yet.
Ooh, okay.
I will check it out and report back at some point. But I'm excited to see that the people who made this movie aren't just leaving it at that.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, because there's nothing more rewarding than seeing an indie film company rise. Like, I got that sensation with Astron 6, my boys.
Right.
Getting to see them rise. and the crew for the movie FP. I actually got to see them at Nightmares, where they got a bunch of rewards. Oh God, which that's another category of stupid movie that is like so perfect. But yeah, they're getting key recognition, and I always love that. And when they're motivated to do more, hell yeah, keep throwing your hat in the ring.
Yeah, give me a spinoff. I mean, there is a spinoff. There are 2 spinoffs. There's one Cut of the Dead spinoff in Hollywood that takes place in the United States, which I haven't seen either, but I do want to watch it at some point. It features some of the actors from the original movie, too, which is kind of exciting.
All right.
But I like movies like this because movies like this don't come along very often, and when they do, they're not nearly as good as this one is.
No. Yeah, exactly. Where it's either the thought was really good or the acting was really good and the thought wasn't. But this one was all around super sweet. It is worth your time and patience. And honestly, I think that for all intents and purposes, it hits the 90-minute mark, which is my gold spot, where it's like, no, if a movie is about 90 whatever minutes, that's a perfect length of time for a movie. That's something you can casually pop in, sit for a minute, and then you can get back to whatever the hell you were doing. Right. Or you watch it multiple times in one day, like I've been prone to do for other shorter movies that I love.
Well, and again, this is a movie where you could technically, like, watch only one part of it.
True.
It's so kind of oddly self-contained that you could watch the first act or the last, and nobody in their right mind is going to just watch the second act on its own. But I might be tempted to rewatch the third act on its own. Or the first and third act, because again,
say.
As George Lucas would say, it's like poetry, it rhymes. It is.
Wow,
I mean,
okay.
It's like poetry, it rhymes, man. That's why I put Jar Jar in the movie. Like,
well, oh yeah, exactly. That's beat poetry right there.
Oh, that's beat me to death poetry.
Yes, exactly. Slam me into the ground poetry.
Fucking
that's open mic night right there.
Yeah.
Is Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, this is a movie worth checking out. I'm going to check out the subsequent releases that they have done. And you know what? I'm not a real big fan of Japanese horror either, so I might be taking a little bit of a excursion into Yeah, it's not something I'm not into. It's something that's more of just like a unintentional blind spot. How's that?
Oh man, no, I get down with some of that shit. I'm currently going through the new Fatal Frame, which is like a dilapidated version of a Japanese horror movie, but it follows some of the similar tropes, but some of them pretty stinking good, man.
I was about to say I love Japanese horror. It's called Resident Evil. I mean, okay, it is fine. Japanese horror.
It is, and I'll give that to you. Yes, fine.
Wow.
It's not my fave.
Why? Because it ends up becoming just a big dumb action movie in the end? I mean, Resident Evil 4
I do like my
6.
big. Oh God, I know, right? It's just some of the choices make no sense in my mind, and it kind of takes me out of that space. But once again, I go into those games with the expectation of pants shittery, and to be fair, nothing really hits me like that anyway.
Wait, you go into Resident Evil games expecting to be scared?
Right, exactly.
I am very confused.
I am a tomfool for having hopes.
The 7th game is pretty goddamn scary. One where they're in the house. Yeah, the first person one in the house.
Obviously not the first and second one, but I enjoyed those for all the terrible reasons.
At the time.
Oh, yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
Full motion video's not scary anymore, though. But, all of that out of the way, let's take a break and we'll play a preview for the final movie of Zombie Month, because we're putting zombies to bed for a year.
Good night.
Good night, fucks.
Good night.
Good night, fucks. Good night, fucks. Good night, fucks, jumping over the moon.
Hey, Missy. I just wanted to say you look really nice today. In a physically perfect, newly available kind of way.
Thanks. Extinguish all talking. Now, who can tell me how heroes are created? Gerald?
Well, that's a tricky question. I don't think heroes are born. I think they're made. They're normal men faced with extraordinary circumstances. My personal hero is Jane Goodall. When she was born, she didn't know anything about apes and their culture. But as she grew, she studied really hard.
Hey, Tiger.
She became a leader in the field of ape.
You talking to me?
Mm-hmm. I know that you've been really concerned lately that you're still a virgin and you don't have a date to the prom. And that you're sexually stupid. But those things, they mean nothing to me. I love you just the way you are.
Oh, I see. I'm dreaming.
We're here at the lovely Fairview Gymnasium, the site of Johnny Dingle's most ambitious sexual challenge to date.
On the final Kulturecast of November, we're going to be talking about My Boyfriend's Back, which is a zombie movie. And Father Malone will be there, so if you're not there, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Yeah, right.
Father Malone is a good dude. You should listen to the things that he says.
He's a good dude. Give him a hug.
You should listen to your friend Billy Zane. He's a good dude.
You know.
He's a good dude. Until then, Maggie, where can people find you if they were looking for you online?
Oh, wow. Now you're
Not in
specifying
person.
that.
I know.
You douche. You're taking it away. I was going to be in a crate near the frickin'... never mind. It's fine. Online, you can find me at the Dolan Museum at, dolanmuseum.com. And I'm also on Instagram at Maggie the Odd.
Dolan spelled with an I, not with an A, for those of you playing at home.
Dolin. Museum.
Not Dolan, Dolin.
Yeah. No, Dolins.
Dolin.
No, Dolin.
As for me, you can find me on the internet at cstachiw.com, CSTACHIW.com. All the things I work on. Maggie and I have talked many a time. Maggie and I have talked more here than I have talked to Maggie in real life. I have met Maggie one time.
Facts.
Ladies and gentlemen, Maggie and I are close friends, but I have been in the same room as her all of once. For 3 hours?
Right, it's going to be weird seeing you without a square frame around.
I know. At some point, I will walk into your view as a real human being, and you'll be like, "Where are the headphones, Chris? I don't understand."
Oh God, I don't have my setup.
Wait, you have legs?
No.
That's the other thing. You and I are seeing it from essentially upper torso up. I don't know. Do my friends have legs? Do you guys walk?
Do they?
What's up with it?
There's a gam.
It's proof.
There's a gam. She walks.
But boy, it's 2021, folks.
Getting there.
Keep hanging in there, as they would say.
Right. Be that cat on the line.
Yeah, just hang in there. That poster was from 1978. That cat can't still be hanging there.
I mean, it might.
Maggie, thank you so much for joining me as always. It is a blast and a pleasure to get to talk films with you.
Hell yeah. This was a good one. Usually
it's a
50-50. Like, well, they tried.
Cool world, this is not.
I told you. I warned you. They never listen.
Hello and welcome to Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys. My name is Hunter. In this podcast, I'll be joined by a different guest each week to discuss a classic Western movie or TV show. I've been a fan of classic Westerns for as long as I can remember, and in recent years, they've become very nostalgic for me. I love the aesthetic, the tropes, and I love seeing different filmmakers' takes on them. At their best, they're incredibly entertaining, rewatchable, and some of my all-time favorite movies are Westerns. We'll mostly focus on Western movies made in Hollywood, but we'll also be covering spaghetti Westerns, and one thing I'm very excited to get into are Western TV shows. I've got some amazing guests coming on the show, film professors, historians, and podcasters. And Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys is part of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network, and many guests on the show will be from other shows on the network. Thanks for listening.